This is Dabu 7, and it looks like Mr. Gates and his minions are at it again. Mr. Gates now is working out of Colombia, and he has labs there. We have scientists working around the clock, breeding over 30 million mosquitoes that they're releasing in multiple countries, up to 11 countries. And he tries to assure everyone that everything will be okay, but where have I heard this all before? This man and his intentions and where he's taking this is definitely global. Now, in Colombia, where they're breeding all these insects, they're feeding them around the clock, they're giving them fish meal, sugar, blood, and then they plan to take them to these 11 countries. Colombia, which is where they're breeding them, Brazil, Mexico, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Australia, Fiji, Kiribati, New Caledonia, and Vanuatu. Now, he puts these claims out there that these mosquitoes carry a certain type of bacteria, and that when they carry that, it stops them from being able to transfer dengue fever and other things to humans. This is the claim. But again, I've heard claims before. Large scale. And this man has gone down to southern Florida and released mosquitoes as well, down in the Keys. We know this, we have it on record. But this is the latest. Massive batch of 30 million going to be released in all these countries. I wonder what's going to happen. I'm going to break this down further on the next live.
Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and others of great millstone. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakadam. To you hopefully elect out there. And pretty much, I think I'm going to title this somewhere along the lines of, there's a whole lot of Black Mirror type ish going on. And when I say that, because, you know, what really caught my attention and inspired me to do this, because I recently just started watching the Netflix series I just started watching the series on Netflix called Black Mirror. You know, I believe I'm in like season 3 now, and I think it was the last episode in season 2. I think the episode was called Hated in the Nation, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, when I saw this report about these mosquitoes, you know, which like you mentioned, because not too long ago they released some hundreds and I believe thousands of these, you know, genetically modified mosquitoes down in the Keys here in Florida. But what caught my attention, because like I said, I watched that show. I'm watching this show, and one of the episodes, I just found it rather interesting. You know, when you watch the show, when you watch this particular episode, you had these genetically modified, I think there were bees, and pretty much, long story short, when you watch the show, you know, in that episode, somehow, these genetically modified bees, they were able to basically be hacked and target particular individuals. All right, you know, basically they were weaponized, you see. So like I said, hearing this report about more of these, now they talk about millions of these mosquitoes being released, right? You know, who's to say? Because when it comes to this devil, as far-fetched as it may sound, you know, like the scriptures go to, how this man's heart, the spirit that Yahweh B'Shem Shah put in Esau Edom, it's not, he's just not right, man. He has a real sinister spirit within him, and that's how the Lord created him to be. You know, like I said, these things may sound very far-fetched, but as we know, hey, the devil, he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. He's getting ready to put all his chips out there. You know, you see, and he's getting ready to accomplish a lot of these things by means of his technology, you know, which is his blessing when you go into Genesis, the 25th chapter, you know, his technology. All right. You seen, and like you mentioned, they're you know, because when it comes to Esau, Edom, I'm gonna read this real quick in Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, Micah chapter 2 verse 1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. You see, so because he mentioned, you know, around the clock, you know, they're coming up with these schemes. All right, you know, they don't go to sleep without plotting in wickedness. They wake up thinking about and plotting wickedness. You know, that's just what they do. So around the clock. All right, and on another note, because this is a part of, you know, their I'm just trying to be mindful with my words for YouTube's algorithm. But their, you know, Depop agenda. All right, this is a part of their, you know, reducing of the population. Okay, but nevertheless, round the clock, you know, like I said, it may sound far-fetched, but again, his spirit is not upright in him. You know, this man is the devil that the scriptures talk about. All right, and like I said, you know, I just found it rather interesting after watching that episode. You know, and you know, this could be another one of those things. You know, it could be something, it could be nothing. You know, because I'm gonna get this here in Ecclesiasticus, so Sirach chapter 5 verse 15. It says, it says, be not ignorant of anything, in a great matter or a small. So, you know, when it comes to Esau, Edom, and what they put out there, and nevertheless, we can't let it go over our head. You know, whether it be a great matter or a small. You know, we can't put anything past these devils. You know, and I would definitely encourage you to like I said, that's why I titled this somewhere along the lines of, there's a whole lot of Black Mirror type issue going on, because like I said, just recently started watching that series on Netflix, and you know, almost damn nearly every episode there's, you see, because Esau, he puts his plans, his agendas in these different TV shows and his movies, because he, you know, like you got the prophets on the right hand, where they got the prophets on the left hand. You know, and you know, a prophet, you know, is just basically just to say before. So Esau, he tells you everything that he wants. He tells you his plans. He puts it out there, you know, for the masses to see. You know, and like I said, it goes over. You know, to a lot of people, it may just be entertainment, but no, there's a lot of spiritual gems that we can take. All right, from these different television shows and these series and these movies and whatnot. You know, because again, man, he's telling you straight up what he plans to do. And like I said, this could be something, it could be nothing, but like I read, man, you know, you can't be ignorant in anything, whether it be great matter or you can't be ignorant in any matter, whether it be great or small, you know. But nevertheless, and like I said, Esau, he's getting ready to, because again, these devils, man, they're plotting something. All right, something's getting ready to go down. It's just a matter of time. You know, these devils are plotting something. Like I said, they're getting ready to put, Esau, he's getting ready to utilize his blessing to the fullest. Like I said, he's getting ready to put all chips out there. All right. I'm gonna get this one real quick, and I'm gonna close it out. 10 for this to be long. In the book of Psalm chapter 37. This is why we are going to need the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah to be with us, man, because, and this is another reason why the Lord's going to have to lift up that standard, because again, the things, like I said, as far-fetched as it may sound to the average individual out here, nevertheless, you can't put anything past these devils. All right, because again, this is his blessing, you know, going into his technology, the sword. All right, you know, they got robot dogs now, and you know, listen, when it comes down to it, we haven't seen nothing yet, man, when it comes to Esau and you know what he's got out there. You know, we haven't seen anything yet, but people are about to find out. You know, people are about to find out, right? But again, this is why we are going to need the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai to be with us, because what Esau's got out there, man, it's some shit that we've never even seen before. Like I said, you know, Esau, he puts certain things out there, all right, and again, it may just be entertainment to the mass majority of the people, but that's just what he puts out there. You know, there's a lot of shit that we don't even know about that we're getting ready to see in the you know, Lord's will near future. And that's why I just want to read this in Psalm chapter 37, verse 7. It says, "Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way." All right, and that fretting, you know, basically goes into worrying, because again, the shit that Esau is getting ready to come, when the scriptures say he's going to come down with that great wrath, man, the shit that the Esau is going to pull, all right, what he's going to come out with against the people, mainly 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Like I said, you know, when it comes to Esau and his blessing, which is carnal, you know, to these jakes, man, they're talking about, you know, getting arms and, you know, stacking up on ammo. You're not going to beat Esau at his own blessing, all right? And this is why, like I said, Isaiah 59:19, when the enemy comes in like a flood, hey, the Lord is going to lift up that standard, all right? This is when the spiritual power is going to come. This is why spiritual power is going to be necessary, you know. And since I'm speaking on this, I was going to do a separate video on this, but I'll just go ahead and mention it now, because, you know, I'm not one to have dreams, you know, and if I do have a dream, you know, I don't, you know, remember it, you know, but I had a dream. I had a dream just last night. You know, I think I was a part of the, I think it was the army, you know, it was some form of military. I think I was in the army, you know, and you know how typically in these movies where, you know, the military is dispatched, you know, they think that it's just going to be basically another day in the office. You know, they might be performing some simple operation or whatever, but come to find out, you know, it's a whole lot of, it's a whole different situation, something that they were not prepared for, you know. And one movie that comes to mind is that movie, what is it called? The Hills of Eyes. You know, that's one movie that comes to mind. You know, how, you know, they were basically, you know, doing training exercises, and basically, you know, or I don't think it was a training exercise, but I think they were just, you know, perform some, you know, routine operation or whatever, you know, to recover some or look for some people or something. It was supposed to be a basic operation, you know, but come to find out, you know, they came across those people in those hills, right? And, you know, it was some shit that they were completely unprepared for, you know. And that's just an example of one of many movies. Like I said, these, you know, when the military goes out to perform what's supposed to be a basic operation, and it turns out it just goes, you know, completely out of field, you know. Well, in this dream, it was like that, you know. You know, it was supposed to be doing some simple operation. I believe we were out there in some place in the Middle East, you know. But you know, one thing turned to another, and, you know, we you know, started shooting at the enemy and whatnot. And this is where it gets interesting, you know, because again, this is going to sound far-fetched, but nevertheless, this is already taking place. You got reports about this out there in the Ukraine, all right, about these so-called super soldiers, right, to where they were getting shot at, right? They'd fall down, but they'd get back up, you know. Well, that was what happened in my dream, you know. You know, the shots were fired, and and when I tell you, in this dream, it was some shit I can't even really explain, because we were shooting at these guys, and the bullets weren't doing nothing, you know. These guys that were coming at us, man, all right. And I'm telling you, I remember in the dream there was a lot of us. You know, like I said, we were soldiers, and there was a whole lot of us. But these guys, they took us out. You know, they took the whole squadron out, man. You know, it was another one of those things where we were completely unprepared for the situation, because we were shooting at these guys, but they were basically super soldiers, you know. And yeah, man, we were shooting at these guys, man, and I'm talking about point blank in the face, and nothing was happening. You know, the bullets didn't do anything, you know. So yeah, I had that dream, and like I said, I was pondering on doing a separate lesson on it, but you know, just speaking on it now, because again, as far-fetched as this may appear to be, nevertheless, this is well, people are gonna find out this is a real thing, you know, and it's gonna be a reality soon. All right, when the different foreign troops come over here, and you know they're getting shot at, they're gonna be all juiced up, doped up, you know, they're gonna be on all type of bugged outness. You know, it's a new word. They're gonna be on all sorts of bugged outness. You know, you see, man. And again, just to further add on to the point, this is why spiritual power is going to be needed. Because again, when it comes to Esau and his blessing, there's nothing that we're going to be able to do on our carnal means to combat Esau and his blessing physically, carnally, because that's his blessing. So this is why the spiritual power is going to be needed, all right, to be able to combat that, all right. And you see, Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, he gave Esau this blessing just to make the story interesting, you know, because even when brothers get the spiritual power, you know, all that's not going to mean anything, you know, when it comes to Esau and his blessing on the left hand, all right, his sword, it's not going to mean anything, all right, because the men of the Lord, man, they're going to be bright burning motherfuckers out here, all right. The men of the Lord are going to be, you know, real life Superman out here, and you know, people may talk shit, they may laugh or whatever. You know, it may sound comical or whatever, but hey, we believe this to be true, all right? And like the scripture say, matter of fact, I'll get that real quick. I'll get it. I will get it in the book of Psalm. I'll come back to this in Psalm 37, but see, this is the time's going to come when these people, man, the laughing and the scoffing, the scorning, all right? You see, all that. The Lord is gonna he's gonna make his presence known, all right. And part of him making his presence known is gonna be by way of the men of the Lord, man. You know, when brothers get that spiritual power, man, and that standard is lifted, all right. You people just wait. That's why, you know, I read in Psalm 73, man. It said, wait patiently. We gotta be patient because it's coming. You know, our time is coming. Lord's will be of that number. Our time is coming. You know, but I'm going to read this real quick in Psalm chapter 110, verse 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. So you see, when that time comes, that's when people are going to believe. That's when people are going to find out, hey, these guys, they weren't just niggas on the street corner wearing dresses, wearing potato sacks. You know, these men, they were, you know, they were on to something. You know, they were right. You know, but for the mass majority, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late for them. Because, hey, I say this, I've said this before, and this is something that I meditate on. Hey, when the Lord makes us hunters, because right now we're fishers. When you read in Jeremiah 16 and 16, all right, you know, right now we're fishing for the elect, but the time is going to come when, hey, the Lord's going to turn that spirit up within the elect, all right? And I'll be saying, hey, you know, I just, you know, be meditate to myself, man, and with these people, because I'm tired of these people. You know, I can't wait for the Lord to execute judgment out here, man. I can't wait to see, I can't wait to see people suffer, man. You know, I can't wait for Yahweh Shema Rashad to bring the pain to this place and to these people. You know, I can't wait for it. You know, and the Lord's will the Lord uses me. If I get that spiritual power, man, these people, they better stay the hell out my way. You know, because again, hey, brothers are going to be bright burning people out here, man. If you're of the 2/3, because the men of the Lord in that day, they're going to have the power of discernment. All right. You know, they're going to have that power of discernment, the power of discernment, man, you know, to be able to discern. So you 2/3 and the rest of you heathens, you better stay the hell out of our way, man, when that day comes. All right, because you will be annihilated. All right, but that's when people are going to understand, when we get that power. Right, I'm going to read it again. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. So again, when brothers get that standard, when the Lord turns that spirit up within the elect men, all right, that's when people are going to believe. You know, Because, for these people, seeing is believing. All right. Well, we believe without seeing. All right. And that's what's going to make it even more special. All right. Because, hey, we have the faith now. We believe now without seeing. And that's the definition of faith, is believing without seeing. We don't need to see. These scriptures are enough for us. These scriptures are enough for us. So, hey, when that time comes, hey, that's when these people are going to find out that, hey, these guys, man, they were right, man, this whole time. But I'm going to go back to Psalm 37 and verse 7 again. It says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. So, you see, we got to be patient, man, because it's coming. And I know brothers feel it, man. It's just something in our spirit. It's just something in our spirit, man. You just feel like the Lord's he's getting ready to do something. I feel, I just feeling but this feeling in my spirit that I can't explain. How about Shemal Shah's about to do something, because this shit's getting tough, man. It's getting heavy, but at the same time, like I said, it's getting easier to block, because we deal with our different sufferings and afflictions and whatnot, but it's getting more and more easier to block all that out, because again, it's just a spirit that the Lord has out there, within the hopeful elect, that we just feel something's getting ready to happen, man. We just feel something. The Lord is doing something, man. He's getting ready to magnify his work, man. He's getting ready to show out. And the Lord's where he uses us, So we just got to, suffer patiently a little longer. Just be patient a little longer. The Lord's going to turn things around, man, real soon. But it says, fret not thyself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So you see, and this is just another one of those things, these engineered mosquitoes or whatever, right? Like I said, check that episode out. I believe it's on the Black Mirror. I think it's the last episode of season 2. I think the episode is called Hated in the Nation, if I'm not mistaken. I just recently watched it, and this report came out, and that's what it automatically reminded me of this, but nevertheless, this is, a part of his wicked devices. Like I said, Esau, he's getting ready to put it all out there, man. He's getting ready to show his horns, man. He's getting ready to come down with that great wrath. But like I said, fret not to the hopeful elect. We've got nothing to worry about, because again, the Lord's going to be with us, man. The hell with these people, the Lord's going to be with his elect, But nevertheless, I hope and pray this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh by Shemal Shah Brakatham, to you hopefully elect. Lord's willing, us the next time. Shalom.